We are restreaming you. You are across the satellite. We interrupted a couple hockey and baseball games, and we are taking over the world. So, good luck to you guys. We'll talk afterwards. Okay. Sorry, Matt. All right.
No worries.
So this will be an interesting match to see because, as it sounds like, Patrick has rolled over in his couple matches, but now he's gone against. This is more of the Control Grell Gazer team, right?
No, I played you last time, but then you had Arnim Zola.
And he's got
Oh,
Deadpool.
shoot.
Which
Where did we... How'd I lose?
Yeah. Oh, that's all that's changed.
You lost
and if you thought the Zola team was
Patrick's
bad,
team, and you have the names I think still off on the
Yeah.
screen.
Makes it better.
But it still says Patrick on...
1,000 times better.
Hey, you still got Ben's screen.
That's
on the
weird.
stream.
How do I...
That's okay. They're still talking away.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I mean, I can always talk if we don't have the stream up and running, but
That is true.
yeah, it's the thing with using. It looks like we're using Google Rooms instead of the Jitsi. Jitsi, you can actually change the sound of the opponent.
You can buy him.
Right, well, yeah. So Supreme Intelligence.
So Peter and...
Peter and Patrick. So
SHADOWMELD.
it looks like Patrick is using. I'm assuming the Storm with the Supreme Intelligence. He's bringing it over. Or Nefari's broadcast is going to get rid of stuff. So they're ready to go, rolling off the action or energy rules.
Yes.
If you don't have character energy, they're rolling. And
Character.
somewhat of a European twist here they're doing.
And Shadow's doing his character bullshit.
So he said character, so we've got a character as rolled. Don't know who won, we'll find out. Do you have the streams all writing? Yeah, you've got
I'm working on it.
Peter
I'm
there and
just grabbing the
Shadows.
team lists here.
So again, for people watching, this looks like one of semifinals. I know the Sierra Game Room's running the other match between Ben and his opponent. They look like they're the two semifinal matches. Hopefully we get it linked up pretty good at the end. I don't know if you've got the stats up.
I do not. I got the
Okay, so
fields up
it
here.
looks like Peter's going first right now. They don't have sidekick fixers, they just said. So it looks like it's just going to be a Clayface is all we have and a Villainous Pact. We do have a Booker T and Jerry Lawler. So this will be interesting with the Godcatcher rolling. So we got a sidekick rolled for Peter, which kind of throws a wrench into his 3-cost purchasing. So he's not getting the Godcatcher.
Last game I rolled.
So
0
he
mounts
has
and 0 bolts in the
he has a lot of he's got a lot of 2-costs on his team, I'm noticing. And what is the right strategy that he's going to go with here? So Ryan's in our booth. Hello, Ryan.
Yeah, I just I saw the confusion about a misentered score.
Yep. I
We
don't
can
think...
correct it, and it will, but it will reset round 4. And I know people have kind of started their round 4, so
I can correct it? I didn't think I could.
yeah, no, you can correct it. It's
Oh,
just,
shit. Okay.
Is it going to throw off the rest of the games then?
It'll reset round 4 bracket completely.
Which we've already got games started.
Yeah, it started. I just have to live with it.
All right, what'd you buy? Sorry.
So
we can
I just
adjust.
wanted to make sure you knew that we could correct it if you wanted to, and we need to do it quickly if we were. So
Is it affecting the outcome of the champion, you think?
championship, no, not at all.
Then
So if it's just a lower level, let it be. We'll look at the standings before round 5, and if we have to adjust it on our own, I think it'd probably be best to do.
Yeah. I think all it means is we got to give Kim gets, Jocelyn gets tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, so it moved. Well, so it moved Jocelyn to 2-1 versus
a Godcatcher's purchase
Super
on
K to
Patrick's
2-1 versus Jocelyn to 1-2.
How come I don't have
is-
updated standings? What the hell?
I'm looking at it right now. So currently it moved Super K to rank 6.
Oh, and she should be lower.
Yeah, so
I don't think it's going to have much of an effect overall.
yeah, and the fact that they're both, part of your guys' game room. I don't
They're
know if
not
you
getting any
plan on
prizes
giving
anyway.
pricing, so
So it shouldn't affect.
I think if a score got misentered in general, you know, it sucks that it happened. Luckily, it happened to people who wouldn't be getting prizing, even if they finished first.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
um,
the feedback on that would be that if we're letting the app do the scores, it's always good to double check with the people.
I did it. Like, I
Um,
made the mistake.
yeah.
I misread
Yeah, and
it.
that's where, going forward.
I didn't
Sorry,
realize
just
with
to give an update.
I didn't
Sorry,
know
go
with
ahead.
challenge you could go back though. I thought once you entered it, it was too late.
it's a new feature that they've recently added.
Oh, okay.
It used to be that you never could, but now that you can. So,
To go back in the game, just do some early turns. Peter missed his first roll and had to buy a 2-cost character. Patrick on his turn did the right, buying a god catcher with the Thor Global, clay facing over and bought another god catcher. So he has 2 god catchers going. And Peter now on his turn, he has a Grell in the use pile, and it looks like he can do whatever he wants here. He might. Now he didn't roll 2 bolts though, so he can't do the double god catcher, spinning it, buying another god catcher. So he could probably only do some kind of control he's looking at. Now, does that mean go with the gazer and try to Supreme Intelligence it over, knowing that Patrick has
Watching TV?
2 god catchers?
Yeah, it's my mom.
So we just had a complaint about the TV being too loud, and they asked to turn it down, and nope, it's mom. So no is the answer. Niet.
so
That's right.
All right. Well, I will let you guys go. Like I said, I just wanted to.
Yeah, I just see the chat.
Real fast.
We can say there would be a short little break at the end of this round just to show, do we have the right finals and can we have the right matchups for the end maybe. But if it doesn't affect anything, it really won't matter.
It's not affecting the top 4 in any way,
Yeah.
shape, or form. So
Yeah.
that,
As long as we take into consideration the next round that whoever played maybe someone who had a lower record, we make sure we have it right, but it should be fine. So it looks like another Grell was purchased. So Peter's had some bad rolls to start. And I mean, at what point do you say, hey, this is going to be a long race? When do I give up on the first game already? Even though you're only 3 turns in, Patrick B starts rolling god catchers. I'd be looking at that from Peter's side. But right now, he could miss the god catchers. So he's set up with 2 Grells, to block and at least ramp when god catchers are out in the field. Again, this could be a clay face to buy another god catcher or to get, again, this would be that question about where do you get the attack with, there's no under surveillance, right, Matt? We don't see an under surveillance. So where is the damage going to come through for the god catcher?
Yeah.
And I mean, this is a question we ask, and this is where we see new ways of games, and the anger issues I was saying would be an interesting way to get it. Maybe there's a different way. So he villainous packs to get the god catchers in for next turn.
And I will pass to you.
And I think you're holding on to that question mark too. And again, maybe it's because again his attack of the Scott Hall, he wants to have nothing in the field when he rolls 2 god catchers to do his damage. And you agree he doesn't see a static field, so that's going to hurt Peter in this match. But again, it could have been opposite if he rolled the god catchers. So he doesn't want the gazer. Does he roll the Grell to have in the field, to have something at least as a blocker? And I believe that's the Grell that when KO'd you get the prep, right?
I think so.
So again, we had an issue with one of the scores for one of the mid record teams that pushed someone up a little higher than someone. It's not going to affect the top 4 to 8. I don't think it'll affect semifinals or finals even. I think the only thing it'll do is someone might be playing a lower player that might affect someone from like 6 to 8 maybe later on. But again, we'll refund all money that was put in, which was 0. So there's no complaints.
I will force attack your Grell.
So he's forced in the
I
Grell.
think if I had known about the that you were able to fix it before challenge, once it happened, it happened.
Right. Well, and that's
too
the thing.
late.
People see the scores get posted, and then if it's an auto posting of rounds, you don't know, right? So,
Yeah.
My turn?
So I take full blame for that. I can't even blame anyone else.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where, if it auto posts for round 5, people are going to jump in the room and start playing. That's what they do.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, if it was an official tournament, there's always a ruling. You're there live. People say, hey, round's about to start. Go. There's no worry about people being delayed because we don't know if the rooms don't open. But again, it's It's not a huge thing. Peter went and reached for another Grell, so he's got 2 Grells. His Grell got force attacked.
Bodie's
so he took,
Bodie's here.
he took damage. Where has this guy been? You're right, and we just got told we have handsome voices.
Yes.
I mean, unfortunately, our beautiful faces have missed out. The commentary booth was in there for round 1, but Petka, the pet organization, has shut us down from having our faces. So maybe next time we'll have that. We'll have you in the booth with us, Bodie. So we're looking at.
I think he bought a couple god catchers.
Why do we have Benzino's screen up on the Twitch?
Don't know. It's
got Benzino's screen. He's not even playing.
Oh shit! That's not.
You don't see Shadow's screen. I mean, no damage has been done, but we've got. Yeah, it's got Benzino with a Typhoid Mary on the screen.
I was so confused at that.
I'm just looking at the Twitch when I saw voting. He's like, "What the fuck's going on?" So there was an attack from a god catcher that's coming through. So we do have some damage hit, and I believe we're down to 10 already. Was that a 10 damage hit?
God.
Interesting.
I gotta fire the guy in charge of all this.
I told you, I'm just getting you the copies.
I knew something looked wrong, but it just didn't make any sense to me.
Now that's more gooder, what we see on the screen.
There we go. That looks like the right things.
Yeah.
We're not pros
Bodie,
like Ross. Like we.
That's right. Yeah, Bodie, we do have an open border for the room, but yeah, we've been kind of manning it ourselves here. But he said he would like to be in the booth, and of course, it's always good to come in and say hi, because we have no idea what we're doing anyways. But no, I think we're doing all right. Becky got rolled here for Peter, so he bought a Becky, and on the reroll he's looking to do the Booker T Jerry, but it's kind of hard to do when Patrick has he has a god catch in the field with 2 psychics, so there could be some good damage coming back here.
Where is that extra picture coming from for? What the fuck is that? Yeah,
well, you've got Patrick's right now. It's showing Patrick's.
Oh,
screen,
Peter's got that on his screen somehow.
Oh,
okay.
he's got like he's got it down the bottom of his screen.
Okay.
Right, he's got it.
I will pay.
And you know what? We had this in one of the WDAs one day where you couldn't flip off the other person's screen. Like it's like it kept one of the screens open. So
yeah.
So he's using Becky, gets a psychic. So there's 1 damage. It wasn't 2 damage. It's only 1 from Becky. So I think.
Is it 1 from Becky?
Only 1 per character.
Oh, it is 2.
But if you roll 2, it's 2 damage. So it's only 1. So he's down to, I think it's 10-19, I think the score is, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. But I know there was some damage taken from the god catcher. There's 1 went through. I could verify the scores just with everyone, but I'll wait.
Sure.
So he's forcing us on the block. He's going to do the double, I'm assuming. So that'll be 14. He's going to block. He's going to hit for 13 right now. Which would be a good play. Paying a mask for the Villainous Pact. So some Villainous Pact going on. Which will prep you a die.
Okay.
He's attacking with Becky. So she's a 7/7 on her level 2 side. He's forcing to block with a sidekick, which is 1 defense, and doubling the Becky. She becomes a 14, and he's taking 13. So we're down to scores down now to. He's down to 6, so it's game over if he doesn't roll a god catcher. So he's got an open field. He's got to roll a god catcher to have something, but still, I think there's ways he can double stuff. But we'll see. There is a god catcher. So he has a god catcher in the field. Now, if you're Peter, do you not force attack it?
We have a stowaway here.
He's got 10.
Hello.
How's it going?
How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Jesus, Mr. Mike.
I figured I'd sneak in here and see what you guys are up to.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah.
How's it going south of the border?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. I can't complain. Starting to get a little cooler here in Ohio, which, you know, being a warehouse worker, I'm not going to complain a bit at all.
Huh. God catcher got fielded, so of course he needed that to require to block.
And
Yeah, we
you
hit
that
a Mike, we actually got down to 3 degrees here Celsius, so it was pretty cold, and I had to put pants on yesterday. So, but
Bodie, I love you too, brother.
Yeah. I was gonna say Bodie says hi.
It's just
what's he doing over there?
well, I said it's just a matter of time before Bodie's going to find out that he can cross into the room too in the
Yeah,
border.
exactly.
You know what? It's a God catcher versus God catcher or versus Becky game here. We got to get. The only problem is I think when you're in the room, they might muck up their rooms here. But Bodie, if you come in the chat, shit, you can do the Spanish commentary for us.
Spanish announcers table.
That's right. I think he's going to attack with the God catcher. Maybe take a penalty. But
that team that Peter's rocking is amazing.
yeah, I mean we haven't really seen in action because he misrolled for the God catcher, so he went right with the Grell, and then it's just a matter now of getting Becky, doubling it up, and he's gonna attack. He can't knock it out because then he has nothing in the field. That's the only problem. Like that God catcher that Shadow has saved his life there. That would have been the end of the game. So.
What are we waiting on here?
Oh, buddy, I've definitely been called worse. So I definitely take that as a term of endearment because I technically am kind of a prick.
Prick, I just turn around and someone calls of someone. I didn't even need to hear Red. You're a prick. I just need to hear prick, and I go,
what?
Fuck said something.
Am I talking to me? It's that asshole over there.
Well, we both KO.
Yeah. It's the word that gets me. You can call me an F-bomb, you can call me anything, but it's the CS word. That's the name that makes me boil. So that's if you want to know how to get under my skin in hockey, you call that, I'm dropping the gloves. So yeah. So Peter's up. So in the field, Patrick has a God catcher, but nothing else. So
yeah, he's wide open.
He is. He's open now. I think it's only down to 6, so he just needs to roll that Becky. I thought, and he could have enough damage here because again, I think the score there was 13 hit in one time, and I think he hit for one other.
Yeah,
so he's down to 6 or 7. I think he just needs the Becky to roll here, and it would be game.
And he got it all.
Rolls under 7 plus the Grell. That'll be game 1. So he can definitely field everything here. He's going to push for over 10 damage, but they're just starting up game 2 now. So in that kind of game, that was a very quick God catcher swung for 10.
Wow.
And then Becky came back to push. And it goes to show Becky, this is the first time we've seen Becky tonight with the Booker and the Jerry Lawler. It's a great combo, but if you have static field, what does it do, right?
Hey, no, I get a second.
I mean, yeah, with static field being in the field and stuff like that, not being able to push her back and stuff like that, it's definitely going to make it interesting.
Right. And I see Becky making a comeback with the Doom Caliber Knight.
Oh, definitely.
That'll make her better.
Yeah, being able to kill that global, not to be able to push her back, is going to be a big game changer.
Right.
But can you use that with the doubling then? Like you can't target her, right?
No.
So
you wouldn't be able to target her. Yeah, but isn't it your attacking stuff can't be? Oh, that's right. But you could double it before the attack step, can't you?
No, it has to deal the damage, doesn't it?
Yeah, because it's going to have a blocker called first.
So yeah, if you use Doom Caliber on Becky, she can't double.
Yeah.
She won't be able to double.
That's
right. You can't do it all. You can't say in the main step that your guy has to block me and I'm going to double it. You have to do it after.
Unless you've got a called block.
I think the wording. I don't have the card in front of me. I can't read it.
Yeah, we'd have to look and see it. But again, they're going to come out with some doubling other character for 1 cost or something, and then it'll be fine. So I want to see the Storm go off, and he has bought the Storm to do the rolling.
Yeah, it's like an extra roll or something, or.
Right. I mean, and I missed that crystal. I love that one crystal that allowed you to re-roll. It just, they reworded it that it would have been perfect to have crystal to get around Scarlet Witch. That would have been so amazing to do. But she was nerfed by Scarlet Witch.
Yes.
And it would have been cool because then people would have Scarlet Witch or you'd have crystal on the team. And it would have given people options. So he's using having the Storm on double energy to buy stuff. He should. He's going to use it for his broadcast. Now, does he spin down to get another something? Or does he Villainous Pact?
I was going to say, I'd probably Villainous Pact there.
Villainous Pact, because that's what you want in the field. The Fari's broadcast with the God Catcher, this could be a quick 10 damage if nothing gets hit in the field. So, but he rolls sidekicks, which puts a wrench in that. He's going to want to keep a sidekick at least. I'd actually keep 2 sidekicks. I would, and buy that Grell right now. Or he's already got all his God Catchers. So I would actually, you're going to Villainous Pact to get 2 God Catchers into your bag. Right, but he's okay getting hit by 10 doesn't really hurt you, right?
Not when you can hit back just as fast, right?
When you can hit back for only 10, though, I can only see because there's no way you can get both.
I guess at that point you're just trading blows.
Yeah.
Well, but that's why you said if you kept the sidekick at least, you would have had at least a blocker for 1 turn.
Right.
And then you can use the force attack. Like maybe that's what he does, but
Let me see. Wait. I'm just gonna rewind for a sec. I need to...
So Mike, how's your day been?
Well,
What good matches? I mean,
Well, been really good matches, you know. Seen some interesting teams, you know. Seen
Yeah.
create bonfire, you know. Seen that in action. That was really cool.
Avoid confusion.
But yeah, just saw some really cool teams. Some great banter between guys playing and stuff like that. You know, it's been a great day at Dice Masters.
yeah,
Let's
yeah, it's been interesting to see. I mean, we've seen bad rolls, but in general, we've
definitely.
seen some good gameplay. And again, it's just nice to see the strategy where we're like, I think they're gonna do this, and then they do something completely different. You're like, oh,
Totally. I love
that's
the
really neat.
surprise. You know, you could sit there and try to get into the head of your opponent or whoever's playing the match, you know, but you never know what somebody's going to do. You can kind of gauge what they're going to do, but when they throw you for a loop, it's like, ooh, let's see what they're going to do here.
Exactly. Yeah, like we're like, how are you gonna get a win con for this? And then when we get to the end, we talk, and they're like, I don't know how I would have done that. And you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense because we're like, what are you doing?
I guess it wouldn't have
But,
mattered if we'd have done that.
But it looks like Peter. So he did the reroll. What did he buy? He bought he Villainous Pact, I think, is what's underneath the icons there.
Yes.
So he Villainous Pact, but he did buy one of the basic actions on Patrick's side, and I think it was the Nefarious Broadcast he brought, and
Might be
that's
able to
because
shut him
he's
down.
got 2 God Catchers going. So I think he's looking for that. So we did get the Nefarious Broadcast on Patrick's side, and he didn't need it. Well, because there's nothing in the field. So
Yeah, at
he
this
wants
point.
the God Catcher miss. So that's gonna be a hurt.
Becky
The
over
reroll?
a God Catcher.
Now the other thing you got to remember is if Peter sees it,
Clayface out this
there's an open
turn,
field on Patrick's side with a bolt, because he brought the Hawkeye,
and I
which he can
will
ping on a
Oh,
sidekick.
yeah.
So in theory, Patrick has an open field to 2 God Catchers that could be rolled next turn, and that could very much hurt. Now he's got the 2 bolts because he wants to use them for Scott Hall,
Don't kill me,
and
bro.
Peter, he doesn't need to just push. He just needs to attack. See what he rolls. Now I think he's rolling both God Catchers here and a Nefarious Broadcast. So this could be a very bad turn, and it could be game. So that's 1 God Catcher, I think. So 1 God Catcher, 1 Nefarious Broadcast, and he has a bolt. So really, all he needs is that God Catcher to roll, and this game is over. And maybe at the 29 minutes of this game, that's going to be game. I think.
That's
Right? He's going to do God Catcher, Nefarious Broadcast, ping on a sidekick, it's over. Unfortunately, that's how
Wow.
fast
Yep.
that could be. So,
Also,
Wow.
I'm a little sad.